Hello everyone and welcome to this little how to make Cuprum tutorial. Big edition! There are many ways to get Cuprum out of the ore materials and we will look at the most viable options. But first, what can you do with Cuprum? You can use it as a mage material for casting lightning bolts, for example. You can also use it as good piercing material, for example just for spears and stuff. And maybe later in 10 years you can also use it as arrow tips and stuff. It's also not the best for weapons, but it's very good for piercing weapons. I mean, it's very cheap and for that price it's very good. But first of all, what skills exactly do we need to only extract Cuprum? Let's start with the extraction skills. The parent extraction, and yes, you need the sub-skills, basic ore extraction and intermediate ore extraction. The red ones are the primaries and the green ones are the secondaries. So only the red ones will cost points. And for the colorblind people, the ones with the 1 in it, that are the primaries. And then you also need crafting appliances. There are many ways to extract your ores, but the most common way to extract, for example, Saburra and stuff is the crusher or the grinder. And for extracting the stuff that comes out of the crusher or the grinder, you need thermal appliances. As well as furnace operation, of course, to use the furnace. There are also other ways to get Cuprum, but this is the most viable, so I will only show you this. So now to the material lores. Yeah, you need the skill material lore, which is a secondary skill, so no problem. And you also need the skill petrology. Then also the skill igneous rock. And stuff like amaranthum lore and granum lore if you want to extract granum and want to get out Cuprum out of amaranthum, which is not a good idea by the way, but more to that later. And then you also need mineralogy, and you can also skill something like black blend, blood ore, calcbar, coke if you want to extract calx or granum, which is for granum not a good idea, but more to that later. The most important are jadeite and malachite. Malachite is the main material you get your Cuprum out. Saburra or the sandstone has a very high yield in malachite. Then you also need jadeite, because if you extract malachite then you also want to get out jadeite, because why not? It's a side product. And you also need the material lore for Cuprum. Who would have guessed that? I don't know. And you also need metallurgy and basic metals. If Sabaton is advanced metal, what is basic metal? Okay, this flat joke sounded better when it was still in my brain, I guess. And you need, of course, Cuprum lore. So now let's go to the fun stuff. So we start with the least viable method first. So just for example, we collect a lot of granum, the rock that looks like this. And yes, it's nearly everywhere around the map, so you will not have any trouble finding granum. But now here comes the bad news for all the Cuprum extractors out there. As you can see, if you throw, for example, granum in the crusher, you will get out amaranthum. And then if you refine amaranthum in the furnace, you will get out Cuprum. But not very much, and this is not viable, because if you throw your amaranthum in the crusher instead, you will get out waterstone, and it's also much more worth than Cuprum. But just for example, how much Cuprum can we get out of 1 stack of granum, for example, even if we calculate the extraction of electrum in that with the extra Cuprum? But yeah, that is also a shit idea to prefer Cuprum over gold and silver. But just for example, we take 1 stack of granum and throw it in the crusher. We will get out 882 amaranthum. We take that and throw it in the furnace with 64 bor as catalyst. Then we will get out 212 Cuprum and 43 electrum. And 43 electrum in the furnace with 4 bor is 11 Cuprum in the end. So all in all, it's 223 Cuprum out of 1 stack of granum. That is not good. So now let's look at the calx extraction tree. This is calx. It's white, it's often near water, and it's also more or less around the map. Just depends on if there are rivers or not, and lakes and stuff. This is a little bit better than the granum method. So you throw your calx in the crusher and you will get out calcbar and malachite. And you throw your calcbar, for example, in the furnace with some bor or other catalysts, then you will also get out more malachite. But here's the same like the granum. Throw your malachite in the furnace, you will get out Cuprum, and from the calcbar electrum we will also calculate that in. So we take our calx and throw it in the crusher, and we will get out 360 calcbar and 891 malachite. Then we take our 360 calcbar and throw it in the furnace with 23 bor. then we will get out 174 malachite. And also 11 elect, which are also in the furnace with the catalyst calx powder, exactly 3 cuprum. So now we calculate our malachite together and throw it again in the furnace. And we will get out a solid 426 cuprum. So altogether, one stack of calx in the crusher method are 429 cuprum. But this is only the method if you throw your calx in the crusher. Now we throw it in the grinder. So one stack of calx with 1000 water as catalyst in the grinder. And then you will get out 2000 calxbar and 528 malachite. So you throw the calxbar in the furnace with 126 bor and you will get out 964 malachite. So we count that together and throw it all in with the catalyst coke, because we also get coke from the extraction, or also bor, that works as well. And we will have 613 cuprum out of one stack of calx. But now to the next cool method, extracting Saburra. Oh yeah. These sandstones here are Saburra. For example, there's also Saburra in the Toxa region, more at the east of the map, but also a lot in the west of the map at Meduli, but also some in the Tinram area. So take your Saburra and throw it in the most sexual way you can ever imagine in the crusher to get out the most sexy malachite ever. And then in the furnace as well to get cuprum, of course. So let's calculate the whole shit. So we throw our one stack Saburra in the crusher and we will get out 1584 malachite. Then we throw it in this little sexy furnace over here. Nice. Also use the catalyst 61 coke, but only if it's legal in your nation, of course. And we got out 634 cuprum. Awesome! But people extract not like stack-wise of ore, but stack-wise of shit. For example, one stack of malachite. In the furnace with the catalyst coke or bor is 4000 cuprum. You may ask now, where do I get the catalyst from? But this is something for another video, but I can show you where you get bor from. For example, near the MK area at the spider cave, there are some bor spots. Also at the horse spawns. Up there are also some bor spawns, but the most bor is at the Meduli beach in the Meduli area in general. So let's compare all the methods again, more or less. So yeah, Saburra won, but calx is also a very good option. But you really have to consider this. Do you really want to throw your calx in the grinder? Because in a crusher you will get out more coal. The grinder is better if you want to have more powder. For example, if you use the attractor to extract your granum to get blood ore and more pig iron and stuff. But making cuprum out of granum is a pretty waste of materials, time, effort and everything. So for cuprum extraction only, I can really recommend the Saburra way, because that is also the most common way and you will also get jadeite out of that. But also the calx grinder method also works pretty good, because as side products you also have the coal and stuff. I will leave you links in the description of the extraction charts. So thanks for watching and I hope it was helpful. If you think it was helpful, please leave a like and subscribe. So special thanks to all the sexy extraction supporters: Carmel, Professor Oslamov Gaming, Wahlberg, Yera, The Spice, Gentleman, Tippy, Ronus, oh shit, I forgot Donsky, Ronus, Bartonex, V, you, and all the others, of course. Most viewers come from America, fuck yeah! And never forget to extract hard, party hard. See you all next time. Goodbye.